I can now say that I've driven the entire length of the Forestry trunk road, from Coleman on Highway 3 at the south end to Highway 43 near Goodwin on the north end. I've been down this part of the trunk road many times, and I'm only about 25 kilometers into the journey. New road, never seen before. Figured pop in for a place to have a quick bite to eat for supper. And what a beautiful spot right here by the creek. Lots of room. This is crazy. You just got to get out and explore, and the trunk road has opportunities from end to end. Gene is busy this week, but I'm not. So I'm flying solo, hitting the Forestry trunk road, in search of adventure. I could definitely camp here tonight, but it's still quite early and there's so many places to explore. I know I can find a spot somewhere. And I actually have a spot in mind that is usually fairly popular, but being a Sunday night, who knows? I went for a short walk and my nearest neighbor is way over there. It's gonna be a quiet night. That makes a perfect time for a whiskey. It's been such a quiet evening. The hot day is giving way to that cool mountain air. I think it's time for an early night. Crawl up the tent, turn in, and maybe read a little bit. Tomorrow's another day. Well, my intended campsite is about 45 minutes or an hour drive still. And I do plan on stopping at Ram Falls before I get there. And I remembered, as I'm looking around for a place maybe to stop earlier, I remembered this spot that we came last winter with a bunch of YouTubers. And as soon as I recognized the trail, I popped in and I thought, who knows, might be a good spot. Well, I tell you, when I consider I got all of this to myself, this is all right. This'll do. I'm just gonna move the Jeep a little closer to the edge, and I think this is home for the night. No, plan B, way too buggy over here. was pretty set for the night at the other spot, but turned out to be really buggy. So I found this other spot, and hopefully it's not as bad. Again, beautiful little spot by the creek, but this time it's running water and not stagnant water. So that should be better for bugs, I hope. I hope. And of course, when you look around, you never know what you'll run across. This place was obviously very special to someone in the past. So much so that they left a memorial for this person. 1944 to 1997. That's just a little bit younger than my own parents. Oh, that was so good. Seems I never regret moving. The last spot was way too buggy. Nice spot, and I did want to camp there, but too many bugs. So I decided to move on. There's a few bugs, but way better. Nothing a little bit of bug spray couldn't handle. I am just off the trunk road. Matter of fact, I can hear a car going by now. I can't see it. I can't see the dust from the road. This is awesome. Beautiful little spot. Well, good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. Gorgeous little spot just south of Ram Falls. With just the right amount of white noise from this creek, I slept so good last night. And I must admit, I am a little bit on the tired side. I've been keeping up a pace that is a little bit unusual for one of these trips. I've been working on a project. I've been trying my hand at being a full-time creator this week. And this is day 3 so far. And not that I'm surprised by this, but this is a lot of work. I've always made our videos so it seems like you're part of the experience, that you're coming along with us. This is a little bit different this trip. I've been keeping a pretty hectic work schedule, and I hope that doesn't come across in this video. We'll see how that turns out. I'm traveling the trunk road from south to north in its entirety, all 750 kilometers of it. And this is for a video that I'm working on for much later. but this morning it's definitely time to sit and enjoy a coffee by the creek. Relax a little bit. This trip so far has helped me really appreciate those that do it full time. YouTubers like Sean and Brad and so many others that we really enjoy watching. This gives me a whole new appreciation for what it's like to be on the road full time and to do this. And I mean really do this. And my first takeaway, the first thing that I've learned is I gotta do it differently. You have to manage your time accordingly. A little bit of balance, I'm sure, helps a lot. This week I've ran into several of you that watched our channel, and it was really nice meeting you, and I really appreciate the positive comments. So thank you, and it was great seeing you guys on the trail. And all those we did see on the trail were super respectful of our time and our space. I really appreciated that. Please, if you see us on the trail, don't be shy, say hi, strike a conversation. We enjoy that just as much as we do traveling. And it's great to see that people enjoy the same type of experiences that we do. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, soak this in for a little bit, pack up camp, and hit the road again. I gotta follow in that dust. Filming's not always what it's all cracked up to be, you know. Of course, a trip down this part of the trunk road is not complete unless you check out the falls. And I think I got the place to myself. There is nobody here. It's just a short walk to the viewpoint. I haven't been here in many years. Just a gorgeous sight. Oh, and this summer heat, now I gotta hike back up those stairs. Okay, all the way up without stopping. Man, old guy out of shape. Well, as much as I could stay here all day. Next access to the trunk road is Highway 11. So we're gonna make a fuel stop and we're gonna carry on north. Well, isn't this a quaint little camp spot with an access just under the bridge? I find myself at Athabasca Ranch Public Land Use Zone. I haven't decided if this is home for the night, but it's time to take a break, make some supper, and do some refiguring. I may carry on a little bit further down the trunk road, or I might just stay here for the night. We'll see. So I'm sitting having supper, and I know when I came in there was some trailers and some neighbors, no big deal. But then the music starts and the quads are ripping around. Amherst Mobile. That's why I never set up camp until I sit for a while. It's time to move. Well, good morning. I must admit, last night was not the best of nights. It was crazy hot, but worse was so muggy. Had a hard time finding a camp spot. First spot I looked at, found a mess with, I don't know, looks like somebody's living there, and that's not supposed to be. So that was my first choice. Not a big deal. There's other spots in the area, and of course, as I settled down for supper, the neighbors with the quads and the music blaring wasn't a great fit. So I drove around for a while and found this little corner here, and nice and private. But I don't know what's going on with Hinton today. I don't remember this spot being so loud and so noisy. Maybe it's just the difference with the air and how it carries the sound, but oh my God, was that loud last night. Road noise, train noise. Of course, there's construction on Highway 40 just past the river, just crossing the bridge, and that was pretty loud. But this morning I want to tackle the last section of the Forestry Trunk Road. And that's a part that I've never been before. I've done the paved section on Highway 40, but the turn off at Muskeg River, I think, and heading north, I've crossed it at some point and went down a little ways, but in its entirety I haven't seen it yet. So that's the plan for today. I really don't know what to expect. I'm gonna hit the road and go check that out. I have just completed Alberta's Forestry Trunk Road. What's been my favorite part? Well, that's kind of hard to tell. My least favorite part is definitely the section between Hinton and Highway 43 going north. There's quite simply, there's nothing there. It's just resource development and an access road. So from this point on, it's time to make some tracks. I got a 5-hour drive back to home.